Real Housewives of Atlanta star Porsha Williams' divorce from her husband of only 15 months, Simon Guobadia, gets nastier by the second. They are currently fighting over who has the right to remain in their marital home, with Porsha accusing Simon of having kicked her out and changed the locks, and Simon accused Porsha of trying to break and enter into the home with her mother and her mother's boyfriend, who he claimed came locked and loaded as well. And now there is some more news coming out. Simon just filed some legal documents demanding that Porsha preserve some text messages she exchanged with a mystery man. So it really seems as though he is accusing her of having had an affair at some point during their very short relationship. And it is a mess, you guys. Let's take a look. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online, Simon notified Porsha to keep all evidence that included all communications that she had with a man named Kelvin Owusu-Ansah and messages between Porsha and her sister, Lauren Williams, in addition to messages between her and who appears to be her baby daddy, Dennis McKinley's mother, Karen McKinley. Simon also wants all communications that he and Porsha had to be preserved as well, in addition to any cell phone data, and proof of Porsha's income and financial records, in addition to other documents as well. So his notice in the filing said, and I quote, Porsha is further notified that a failure to comply with this notice may result in sanctions for any destruction or failures to preserve any such evidence, including, without limitation, adverse inferences against petitioner at trial, sanctions, as well as an award of expenses and attorney fees necessitated by such conduct. So based on this man's name, I believe that he is Ghanaian. So it seems like Porsha might be taking a break from her Niger man and moving over to Ghana. Hopefully she will not stoke any more of the flames between those two countries who have, sort of a friendly rivalry in the African continent. So I've done a little bit of research into who this man could potentially be, and I've got a couple of options, okay? So if he is still living in Ghana, then he is a sports journalist, human settlement planner. He works for TV3 Ghana, 3FM 92.7, a radio station where I guess he does his sports journalist career thing. And listen, it seems to be a very big show from what I'm seeing. It's got like a legit set and everything like that. It's not like a little podcast or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with a podcast. The girl's got a little YouTube podcast of sorts. He does look rather young for Porsha's taste, though, so I'm not sure that it could be him. And the other option is someone who lives in Atlanta with the same name, who is the CEO at Exotic Motors in Atlanta. So I do think that it is most likely to be the one who's living in Atlanta and is the CEO of Exotic Motors in Atlanta. Fortunately, I could not find a photo of this Atlanta Kelvin, but I did find a post on a website called Lipstick Alley in which it was written back in 2015, you guys. So 9 years ago, Porsha had already been linked to this man. So I do think that this is the one. And the post also says that he works at Exotic Motors as the CEO, and that the white Rolls Royce that Porsha had been rolling around in allegedly belonged to him. Let's take a look at what this person had to say. So y'all remember that white Rolls Royce she's been driving? If she's working it right, get that paid off. She posted a video of her mama in front of the car dancing, and someone from IG looked the plate up. It belongs to Kelvin Owusu-Ansah. Word is he's married, which isn't new for Porsha. Porsha has been known to mess with many a married man. She allegedly messed with a married 80-year-old from Nigeria. TMZ even exposed her on that. Claudia exposed her on that on the show as well. We all know Simon was married when she started messing with him, and that she was also rumored to have been messing with a married executive at Bravo, which is why she was always regarded in their good graces, despite being a very violent person who got into at least 5 physical altercations on the show. So the post continues. He's married and was the CEO of Exotic Motors in Atlanta. She needs to be smarter with gifts and convert them into coins. So there you go. It seems like this man never truly left the picture if Simon's suspicions are correct. I do hope that the text messages exchanged between Porsha and this man are publicly revealed as part of this divorce, because listen, they roped us into this and we need some payoff for all the time and effort that we've put into reading these documents, okay? So I do want to know what sorts of interaction she's had with him. And I also wonder if he is still married, because this man, he's super incognito. I don't see a single social media profile, a single photo of him online. So we're gonna have to rely on these court documents in order to find out his true identity and the nature of his relationship with Porsha 9 years later, after apparently loaning her or giving her one of his cars back in 2015. So yeah, from what it appears as though this man might have been a sugar daddy to Porsha for the past 9 years, in between all the other sugar daddies that she has had, which, listen, go ahead, girl. Listen, Simon has cheated on many a wife, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, both of these people knew who the other person was before they got into the marriage. So I can't feel bad for Simon, just like I cannot feel bad for Porsha. Now, when it comes to the house situation, according to their prenup, Simon is the one who is supposed to move out of that home. The prenup says that he was supposed to, well, actually, let me quote it. Upon an event of dissolution, Porsha shall have the right to remain in and occupy the marital residence, including up to the date the marital residence is sold, if the marital residence is sold. Upon the event of dissolution, Simon shall physically vacate the marital residence within 30 days. Provided, however, Simon shall be permitted to leave his personal property, aka vehicles, in the marital residence for a period of up to 6 months from the event of dissolution. So it appears as though if the prenup is upheld, Porsha is going to be able to stay in that home until it gets sold, and that Simon is the one who's going to have to move out. I don't really care about that. I want to know more about this sugar daddy of Porsha. Who is Kelvin? What sorts of messages was she sending Kelvin while she and Simon were in the courting phase of their, relationship, arrangement, entanglement, whatever? And what sorts of messages was she sending while they were married? This is very juicy. Make sure to subscribe, you guys, so you don't miss out on a single update on this, or what's going on with Diddy, the royal news, what have you. I am on top of all of the latest scandals, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. And in the meantime, let me know how you feel about Simon exposing one of Porsha's longtime alleged sugar daddies in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.